Greenland shark. Typically, we think of sharks of lightning-quick predators who attack in the blink of an eye. That is not the case with the Greenland shark. This guy swims around at a cruising speed of 1 km, 1.6 km, or slower, and when he gets the need for speed, he can get up to a blistering 1.6 mph, 2 km. He is part of the family Somniocidae, also known as sleeper sharks, which are characterized by their slow movements. However, even for that group, the Greenland shark is a slowpoke, as he is considered to be the slowest shark in the world. These sharks are found in the cold, deep waters surrounding Canada, Iceland, and Greenland, and we have very little information about them. From the few specimens we have caught, we see that the shark is big and can grow to sizes comparable to the great white. One mystery we still haven't solved is how this guy feeds. Stomach contents that we analyzed included seals and eels and other animals much faster than it, so we still don't know how it captures its prey. Saw shark. Like the hammerhead, saw shark is actually a group which is comprised out of several species of shark that share a very distinct appendage, an elongated snout with teeth on the sides that they use like a blade in order to capture and kill prey. The saw shark often gets confused with the sawfish because the two are very similar, and both groups have the saw-like snout. However, there are a few key differences since the saw shark is genuinely a shark, while the sawfish, although it looks very much like a shark, is actually a ray. First of all, size. The saw shark is actually much smaller than the ray. The shark gets up to a size of 5.5 ft, 1.7 meters, while the sawfish can grow up to 23 ft with 7 mouse. Another difference is the snout. The saw shark has barbels on it, long whisker-like antennae, while the sawfish doesn't. Finally, like most sharks, the saw shark has its gill openings on the sides, while the ray has them on its underside. Cookie cutter shark. The cookie cutter shark has a silly name and a diminutive stature of 20 inches, 50 cm. Despite this, he is one vicious predator you would not want to mess with. This is because it preys on just about every large and medium-sized creature it shares an ocean with: whales, sharks, dolphins, seals, rays, dugongs, etc. The way it does this is by latching onto a host through suction. Afterwards, it sinks its teeth into the prey, with the upper row acting like an anchor while the lower teeth begin munching away. Then the shark begins twisting so that in the end, it gouges out a round chunk of flesh, hence the name cookie cutter. Besides its parasitic feeding strategy, the cookie cutter shark has a bizarre cigar-shaped body, and it is also extremely bioluminescent in order to convince its prey to come to it. Thresher shark. The thresher shark looks pretty normal, apart from its absolutely massive tail. Depending on the species, the tail can get to be half its total length, which can be up to 20 ft, about 6 meters in the case of the common thresher shark, the largest species in the group. The smallest one is the pelagic thresher that only grows to 10 ft to 3 m. The primary use of the tail is for catching prey. The shark would weave through schools of fish and snap its tail as it goes. Afterwards, it would turn around and catch the fish that have been stunned by the tail. Frilled shark. With looks taken straight out of a horror movie, the frilled shark is much more reminiscent of an eel thanks to a long, thin body. It has a very primitive look, which is why it has long been considered a living fossil, an extant species which closely resembles extinct species known only from fossils. However, the frilled shark itself is a relatively new species. The oldest fossil teeth we've found were dated to the beginning of the Pleistocene era, 2.5 million years ago. The name is derived from its 6 pairs of gill slits, which are long and frilly. It is highly unlikely that you will find one of these guys, as they are extremely rare and prefer to live in the deep ocean. Those that have been found have had a maximum length of 6.6 ft, 2 meters. Zebra shark. The zebra shark is another species of carpet shark who has unique patterns on the top of its body, and with a name like that, you would think that those patterns would be pretty obvious. However, you would be wrong because the zebra shark actually has small, dark spots on a pale background. It also has 5 quite obvious ridges going down the length of its body. Surely, with a pattern like that, a more fitting name for it would be the leopard shark, and indeed, it is actually called that in certain places of the world. To make things even more confusing, there is actually another species of shark which is called leopard shark, and it is completely unrelated. So why zebra shark? Well, because the name is actually more fitting for the young pups who look completely different from the adults. They have white vertical stripes on a dark brown background and lack the ridges. The adults can grow up to 8 ft, 2.5 mins, but they remain quite popular with divers because they are very docile and will allow humans to get very close without attacking or running away.